or city, has the ability to dramatically change in a good way how people live, work, and play down here, downtown, as well as many parts of the city, and even more broadly to the region. One of the things we try to do is track not only households, residential development, which we do tend to track that more, some of it as a data reason, but also jobs. And you know, sometimes you get into a chicken or egg type issue, whether households are following the jobs or the jobs are following the households. And what we have seen in some instances is that the location of jobs in the state has helped be a driver in some regions, has been a driver of sprawl in addition to the residential growth. But having said that, a number that we looked at recently in some analysis, and Rich helped me here, was it roughly 90% of the state's employment is in the priority funding areas? Something like that.
80 and 90.
88 or 90%, something like that. Housing affordability. You've all heard drive till you qualify. One of the facts is, in Maryland at least, the houses inside the priority funding areas, inside our growth areas, are roughly a third cheaper on average than the houses outside of our priority funding areas. Not to diminish it, there are some parts of Maryland where there are rural poor, but Maryland's not a state where the poor is in the rural areas like in some other states, for the most part. I'm generalizing, of course. And so while there is still a reality that people want the bigger house, so they want to drive further and further out, maybe even into Pennsylvania to get that bigger house, and it has a lot of implications. One of the things we want to focus on is where people live, and making our existing communities continue to make them more attractive for people to stay and people to come and live. And then lastly, to try to prevent growth, and we've been touching on this, outside of our growth areas, trying to get as much as growth go as possible inside of our growth areas through infill development, redevelopment, revitalization. So those are the top 10 things sort of frame our discussions when we go out and speak about them. Talked about how we started doing outreach, and we've done 2 rounds of listening sessions around the state, and the town hall type forum. We've done many efforts of going out to individual groups, individuals and individual groups, and also broader groups like you all here. But we've done 2 broad rounds around the state of listening sessions. We did one in the fall of '08 that was more generally smart growth focused, where we kind of introduced the concept of PlanMaryland. We call it State Development Plan then, so we got a better name, so we call it PlanMaryland now. And then we just finished up the second round, which is much more focused just on PlanMaryland. And we did 13 of these sessions this round. I think we did about 10 the last time. And hopefully, I can't remember for certain, some of you are there at some of these sessions where we went around. This is characterizing different ways we've gotten inputs. I just mentioned those. The one I didn't mention was internet surveys. Just like everyone else, we're trying to do a lot more with new media on our webpage and through emails and Facebook. PlanMaryland has a Facebook page, so everyone go home tonight and friend PlanMaryland, and then people know you're really cool.